I'm Paul Otake. I'm a second generation nerd. My dad was a nerd before me, and so growing up, I played everything that he played. So I mean, he was on like old school computers and got me everything like Nintendo when it came out because he wanted to play it as much as I did.
Jake Ruff. I got in video games when I was younger. Um, my friends would play them a lot, so I would bug my parents to get me one of those little Game Boys. Some of the early games I remember getting for that was Metroid Fusion. That one sucked so much life out of me, but it was so good. It was a good game, and the Spider-Man movie game for the Game Boy. Those were my first two like owned video games. What captivates me most about game design? Probably just the fact that you can get immersed in a world that doesn't even exist. It's like not only that, but it's a world that's built around you. So it's like if you're given a challenge, you can most likely overcome that challenge. Unlike the real world where you're given a challenge, you necessarily can't overcome it because the world isn't built around you.
You asked earlier what we were passionate about in video games, and I wouldn't say that I'm really passionate about video games. Like I like video games; they're fun. I'm passionate about art, all different kinds of it, and I think that yeah, video games is just another medium for that. I like to draw. I keep sketchbooks for the most part, but I also work in larger mediums. Just last year, I sold my first piece, which was cool, and that's something that even after, if I get a job working in games, that I'd like to continue to do.
Photography is sort of my second passion. I've been doing photography for a couple of years. I'm still an amateur. I have a Coolpix L100. You know, it's a little 12 megapixel camera, but it gets the job done. Do some photoshopping and can make some cool stuff once in a while.
I would like to see, I mean, in a general sense, in making a game, I would just like to make something that is a bit more engaging than most video games are.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of the mentality that video games are for kids is still pretty prevalent, even in a market that's dominated by middle-aged players and like kids who are our age and stuff. So
They definitely need to start taking it up a notch. Stop making things so almost sheltered. It seems like video games try to run away from the real world, but I would love to see it start bringing the real world into the video games.